Awesome. What sign language are you doing?
We'll burn through that.
Hi, my name's Dash.
And I'm Nick.
And welcome to our Rugby Chat YouTube channel.
What's it called?
It's called
The
Coal Room.
Yeah, good sync there.
Yeah, works very well.
So, I was doing some weird hand signals that are often visible on the rugby field. I might not have done them 100% correctly, but basically our little segment for this week before we get into some previews is
The referee calls.
What the hell is the ref doing?
Yeah, pretty much basically it. So, unlike, in like most sports, they have hand signals to kind of basically say to the player what's going on. So there's penalties, there's scrums, there's advantages, there's high tackles.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. So, in order for our lovely viewing public to actually understand what the referee is doing in a given match, we're going to basically go through the hand signals.
Yeah, just basically the more common ones. There are some more niche ones that are there. So we'll start off with, I'm going to take your head off here.
Yep.
Advantage.
So a ref calls advantage, and you'll actually say what type of advantage it is at this stage. So
Scrum
if it's
advantage, penalty
if it's a scrum advantage, it'll be something. If it's a scrum advantage, it's for like something like a knock-on or an accidental offside or something like that. If it's a penalty advantage, you'll say advantage penalty, and it'll be something for offside and that type of thing.
Okay. Then we get the penalty. That's a penalty. It's not a salute.
No. So the penalty is to indicate that a serious infringement which has resulted in the either defensive or offensive team having to back away 10 meters, so that they're actually penalized for making a mistake.
Then we get the free kick, which is like a half penalty. Hence it's half the straight arm.
So the free kick is awarded if a player collects a punt in their 22 and he catches it without bouncing. He can call it a free kick. Or in terms of the scrums, if early engagement or something like that, what the Australians call a short arm penalty will be awarded.
Again, because it's self-explanatory. Then we get the knock-on. So this is very much like you've tapped the ball.
Yeah.
You know?
Very simple one. And then after a knock-on with advantage, ref blows his whistle. If there's no advantage being played, he'll say scrum.
I think some refs do first.
Some refs do first, some do the comical thing with their fingers. It basically signifies the same thing.
Yeah, that they're going to get into that 8 versus 8 and they're just going to hit each other and push.
Yeah. Then there's the offside one where the referee indicates a line like this.
Yeah, you've gone past the line, offside line. Offside is very complicated. We might need to do a comparison with soccer. Down the line.
Yeah, that's something that we will have to think about.
Then when it comes to the line out, there's no real call for a line out, just that it's been formed. But if the throw is skew, it's a very self-explanatory little whoops.
Yeah, that's straight.
Then we're getting into more of the nitty-gritty ones.
Yeah.
We've got forward pass. That's also a fairly common one.
It's actually coming up.
Forward pass.
Yeah.
The ball has gone forward.
Yeah.
These are very self-explanatory, these hand movements here.
Pretty much. And then there's the hands in the ruck, so the ref will indicate that you've moved the ball from the ground with your hands.
Then you get the collapsing the scrum, which is normally straight down. It's like you've pulled it down, and as well as collapsing the maul. Now some refs do the same movement, but others like to differentiate and like elbow dax to the chest and just diagonal.
Yeah. Move it down, just indicating that they've pulled the maul down or pulled the scrum down illegally.
Then of course there's the sealing off, which is just
basically the same movement as what the player does. In a ruck situation, the player, if he dives over the ball to seal it off, or the other team is considered diving or sealing off.
Then of course tackling, not running away. Party. Ready party.
Yeah. In a ruck situation, just for so you know, if a tackler is caught on the wrong side, meaning he's on the same side as the opposition, he has to roll out of there. Otherwise he's going to get an advantage and a penalty for not running away.
Then in the scrum, one of the common reasons for collapsing of scrum is hinging, which is when the prop is too far forward, so their hips aren't at a 90 degree, and this is the call for it, hinging like a door hinge. Okay, and basically those are the most common hand signal sign language you'll see.
And the basic ones, yeah. The only one that's kind of shown up in recent times is the ref doing this, like in cricket, basically indicating that he's calling on a TMO decision.
And also, what's the knockdown one? This one.
Yeah, deliberate knockdown.
Yeah, that's also one that's been popping up recently.
Well, a lot more recently because of a lot of deliberate knockdowns.
Yeah. So basically,
that's it.
That's the weird sign language or the dance moves that the ref does.
Yeah, pretty much. Practice them at home. It could be hot at the disco.
Yeah. Then let's move on to the preview, shall we?
Yeah. So we are in week 6.
Yes, week 6, round 6 of Super Rugby.
Yeah.
Approaching the third way mark.
Yeah, I feel about the third of the way. I mean, there's 18 matches, so yeah, we're a third of the way through the season. Some really good rugby has been played, some not so good rugby, and it looks like we are in for another really, really good weekend in terms of the matches and the caliber and the potential caliber of matches coming up.
Yeah, so we'll start off with Friday, Christchurch, Crusaders versus Bulls. I'm wearing blue so people don't see my tears.
Yeah, so both teams coming off losses in week 5. Crusaders losing to the Highlanders, Bulls coming off when they were leading, coming off with a loss.
Bulls also have some injury worries. Arthur Neyman, one of the standout players of the team, has been sent home, as well as a couple of other players still nursing some niggles.
Sadly not looking good for the Bulls at the present moment. Hopefully they've learnt their lessons from the Highlanders game, make it a close game. Crusaders also a lot of injury worries as well with some key players also not playing their best rugby. Yeah. This potentially can be a very, very close game, but Crusaders, you would definitely say, playing at home, they won their first 2 games at home really convincingly and really, really well. They should get this one. Bulls, I'm guessing can be competitive. They have been in the first half very, very good with ball in hand when they're playing proper running rugby like they have been. If they can keep control of the ball, keep the little silly mistakes and the brain implosions with dangerous tackles, could be a close game. But I say Crusaders.
Yeah, it's probably no doubt who's going to win this. It's the Crusaders. And maybe I've been burnt too many times before, but I'm saying by 14 points. Yeah. Moving on to Rebels versus Sharks. Do we really need to go in depth in this one?
No. Rebels though were the star child for the Australian Conference.
They still are.
They still are, but coming off a loss that we didn't expect to the Waratahs. Hopefully we're going to pull it around. Being at home, Sharks are neither here nor there at the present season. They had a really strong showing in their loss against the Lions, and then they just haven't really been living up to the potential that they could have.
Yeah. So basically, Rebels to win this, probably by 7 points. If the Sharks play their normal style of rugby right now, which is boring.
Very, very boring.
Thankfully, we'll be at work at that time, so at least something will keep us awake.
Yeah, pretty much. Which brings us to Saturday.
Early Saturday morning, Sunwolves versus Chiefs. Listen, I would love to say that the Sunwolves could win this, even given the way that they're playing lately. It's fantastic. It's good to see them actually fronting up and contesting a rugby match. But it's the Chiefs.
It is the Chiefs, and the Chiefs know how to even put away the best sides in the Super Rugby Conference. Playing with Damien McKenzie at fullback again has actually proved dividends. They came from behind and won a really, really good game. Sunwolves also having a really, really great game against the Lions, fronting up on defence, winning certain collisions. The Fijians and Tongans and South Africans really making a huge impact to the way they're playing. So, exciting game? Yes, I definitely think so.
I think it could be quite cool, but again, it depends if the Sunwolves are playing their new standard rugby or not. But we're being conservative in our prediction, and Chiefs by 10.
Yeah, we say Chiefs by 10.
Now Hurricanes versus Highlanders. Now, we almost had to flip a coin on this one.
Yeah, we did.
Almost.
Hurricanes, the unexpected loss, first week up, but proving very, very strong in the weeks. From that, Highlanders so far unbeaten in the tournament.
Yep.
Also been fantastic. So the two H's in the New Zealand Conference are the strong horses to back in the New Zealand Conference at the present moment. Hurricanes at home though, so
that was really the deciding factor. The Hurricanes are playing at home, Highlanders are away. I mean, you've got to look at those backlines and really be like, well, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I think the Barrett brothers in the Hurricanes backline could actually stem the tide, or
possibly, but then you've also got Ben Smith and Aaron Smith for the Highlanders. So
it's going to be an exciting game. I'm actually looking forward to actually watching this one.
Yeah, but because the Hurricanes at home, we've said Hurricanes probably by ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
Somewhere around there.
Then we come to Cape Town again. Stormers versus the Reds.
Stormers unexpectedly winning against the Blues, against pretty much all odds for them, with the flu and injuries to key players in week 5. Reds really playing neither here nor there rugby, basically just dominating the possession and taking the points with the boot.
Yeah, I have to say though, my blood is red, so I'm not going for the Stormers in this one. But that's my heart talking, because I live in Cape Town and I'm probably the only person in Cape Town that doesn't support the Stormers.
Sadly, you're not. But
so I'm going to go for the Reds, but as a heart, but my head is saying Stormers will probably win it, probably by 5 points ish.
If the Stormers play like they played against the Blues, I'm pretty sure the Reds aren't going to give them that much trouble, especially if the Stormers can maintain possession and dominate with the forwards.
But the Reds are very good at holding on to possession.
Well, we'll see how it goes. But my heart and head both saying pretty much Stormers all the way.
Final game of the weekend, Jaguares versus the Lions in Argentina. Now, traditionally, Lions don't do well in Argentina.
No.
They blew a home semi-final a couple of years ago by losing Argentina. Lost last year in Argentina as well, but luckily, thankfully to other permutations, they still got their home final. So it's really not the best place for them, but this could be a really cool cat versus cat.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions did play the Jaguares in week 2 and won. So the turnaround here could be decisive. If the Jaguares play the same brand of rugby that they played when they beat the Waratahs, it's going to be very, very difficult, especially with the scrum frailties that are starting to show in the Lions set
and the leadership frailties.
Yes, they've kind of speculated that Warren will be back for the weekend, so that's to lead, but that is neither here nor there.
TBD.
It's to be confirmed, to be quite honest. But the leadership group isn't actually at the fore at the present moment. They kind of sheltered themselves in week 5. We're not seeing the attractive brand of rugby that we've seen with the Lions before. So as much as we would say the Jaguares should win this game, we kind of saying, well, if the Lions go with the full strength team this week, they should actually beat the Jaguares. Not send a second string team like they've previously done, but a full strength team.
So Lions probably should win it by 5 points, but again, really comes down to which kitten is more fierce.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have this vision of like a little kitten going.
So that's our predictions for this week. Thank you so much for continuing to like, subscribe, and comment to us.
Yeah, but as last week showed us, don't listen to our predictions.
Yeah, base your own decisions on this one. I mean, as much as we'd like to be 100% correct week in and week out, we're not the same kind of experts as you would see in the studios for these rugby games. But like we've said before, we like talking about rugby, we like predicting these things. So yeah.
Yep. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We've had no new subscribers. I feel hurt.
Yeah. Please share, please like, and hit the bell icon so that you can get a notification whenever we post a new video.
It's down there. Okay. Thanks
Cheers,
for watching.
guys.
Cheers.
Have a good week.